Hello, beautiful souls. So I thought today we're going to do a reading on what can you do to help your community, or what can you do for your community. We're at a time where the collective energies are showing that one of the things we really need to do is come together. So I thought, well, how about we look at, I don't know, there's a guided message that we can receive from our spirit team to see what that looks like. Okay, so yeah, before I start to pull out the groups, I will just let you know that I do currently, for a limited time, I am offering private readings. For those that are not in the local areas of South Australia, I will be providing these as a recording by sending a link. And for those that are within local areas, there is an option to choose potentially for face-to-face over a video call or other means. So all the details are on my website, and the website link is in the description below. So feel free to pop over and have a look. Also, if you wish to subscribe, if you are enjoying these readings that I'm popping up, hit subscribe and you won't miss any of mine. And hit like and comment if you feel called. Okay, so to start with, we are going to have a look. Group 1, what can you do for your community at this time? This is a timeless reading, so this is whenever you'll be receiving this. What can you do for your community, group 1? Okay, so we got group 1. What can you do for your community at this time, group 2? I'm going to go that one. And lastly, group 3. Oh, what can you do for your community at this time, group number 3? Okay, so I'll pop these aside. And I might just pop a pendulum on each today. So I'm trying to work with my camera because for some reason it's on an angle. So I keep putting them straight where they are for me straight, but they're not for the camera. So bear with me while I do this. And I will pop a pendulum on each. I'm going to go with blue lace agate for 1. Yellow citrine for 2. And angel aura quartz for group 3. So if you'd like to look at those stones, I will show them closely. That is blue lace agate. It's good for the throat chakra. We have citrine for solar plexus, power, abundance. And angel aura quartz, which is perfect for protection and amplifying energies of all things. So whichever you are drawn to, group 1, 2 or 3, I'll leave these on the screen. Once the card selections are chosen, I popped the timestamps into the description below. Feel free to pick which one you're drawn to and then go to that and click the link and it'll take you straight to your reading. Okay, and I'll leave this on the screen just for, I don't know, a few seconds. If you need to pause it, pause it. Take your time. Take care. I'll see you in your group. Hello, group 1. Okay, so you chose the group with the beautiful blue lace agate, which is beautiful, calming, expressive, purifying stone. Great for the throat chakra. And yeah, using purity in the way you express your words, having truth in how you express. Okay, and the card we have is compassion. And that's going to be the main energy for your reading. Okay, so I'm going to start by just pulling some cards and then we'll get into the reading. So group number 1, what can you do for your community at this time? Oh, we have this one wanting to come out. And I will pull another. Awakening. And group 1, what can you do at this time for your community? I'm going to move these because, as I mentioned earlier, my camera, the angle is off and I can't seem to fix it on the actual camera at the moment. Until I figure that out, I'm just going to run these right for me. Okay, so group number 1, I'll pull out some more cards shortly, but to start with, I do want to look at what you can do for your community. So right now we're being called into, you are being called into coming out with that element of compassion for all things, and by leading the way with this and being expressive in how you outwardly show your compassion. So being supportive, loving, nurturing, as here we've got the forest, which is all the animals and the plant beings and everything all in one. It's as though, holding them deeply within you and exuding that energy out, being caring for all beings. Now, all beings is remembering to be mindful that we can't target audiences. We've got to remember that, whatever areas are needing your attention right now, whatever has been proposed to you, don't judge before you give, okay? Try to be open-minded, try to remain compassionate and evolve with the situation, because this is where the test is. The test is in being able to overcome no matter what you are being faced with. We easily can judge who is deserving of our support and who isn't, when we've got to remember that everyone has the underlying need for education and are doing the best that they can, no matter how they are expressing. Okay? There is compassion in all of us. And it takes a compassionate person to remind another that they too are that. So let's support that by being that. Okay, it is currently you are being called to be purposeful in focusing on your awakening. Where are you needing to work on you, on the inner, so you can bring that into the outer? Because the sun is within you. And you are starting to feel it. But you have the choice to feel it and start to shine it out, as you can see here. Start to share that energy, that awakening, or to sit in this darkness and remain clouded. So remove the cloud, break away the fog, and start to allow those sunbeams to exude and show not just others, but yourself what you are capable of, because you are capable of so much more. Okay, we also have here gold and apple with rewriting, queen codes, her story, healing distortion. Now, this compassion seems to be focusing very much on the feminine energy that is being called to you to focus on. Now, please, I would like you to remember that the feminine energy can be in the man or the woman, okay, or whatever you choose to identify with. If you're working with clients or people in any sort of industry, you are going to be encountered with people that are needing to be, greeted with that compassionate, loving essence, no matter how serious your job is. It still needs to be shown. And this is something that a lot of people forget to show. They become too stoic and they show too much of that masculine energy, but we need to soften. But we need to not just soften, we need to show the strength in the soften. Because there is so much strength in the softening of what is feminine remembering that balance. We have the little bee sitting on top of this golden apple, and it's like remembering that the gold is doing that inner work and rewriting and showing others that they can too create the nectar that is needed in their life. It's time to rewrite history and show people that we can lead with strength, with a feminine nurturing essence too. So healing that distortive way of viewing how sadly times moved towards, things moved more into that kind of, it has to be this way and that way only. It's time to rewrite that. The feminine can rule. The feminine is powerful. The feminine is a healer, a nurturer. We want to bring a balance back so that the world can balance with love and harmony, because that mother energy is so important on Mother Earth right now. Gaia needs it. We need every human, every being to start to bring the balance. So that's what you are being called to do. So whatever way this may look for you, with whether you are working in an alternate form of therapies or any real formal industries even that are corporate based, you can still bring in that nurturing essence. Okay, now I'm going to have a look at a bit more of what can you do. Group number 1. Oh, sorry, I almost dropped my cards. What can group number 1 do to support this journey that they are being tasked for the community? Okay, so we have past life healing. And we have portal. I'll pull a couple more. What can group number 1 do to support this journey that they are on for the community? I'm going to move these around a bit because I didn't give myself a lot of space today underneath all my cards. But that's okay. And we have the miser, the weaver and the miser. Okay. So here with past life healing, dioptase and larkspur, letting go of anger and forgiveness. So there's the bloom of the flowers coming out of the dark. And we have sanctuary of light and mugwort, portal, 5D healing, 5D healing temple and astral travel. And that's pretty cool. Look at that little portal. It's like you are entering another realm, a whole another journey inwards. Okay, so with these two, we have past life healing. So yeah, you're being called to work through some past life healing. Work through your ancestral lines. That's going to support you in being able to really harness this compassionate self and go through this awakening that you are going through. So letting go of anger and forgiving. We have all got past life healing that's needed. We've all got generational trauma, because all humans have hurt each other and damaged each other in history. And this is the first time in hundreds of years that people are deciding now to start to actually do more of the work and are pushing for more of this work to be done. So you are the change makers. These newer generations, the past 2-3 generations, and all new to come, are like the change makers now. It is the do or don't do. What happens now is going to be the pivotal shift for what's needed in humanity moving forward. So letting go of that anger and choosing to forgive, because forgiveness is so powerful. Forgiveness takes love, and love is what helps us move through anger and helps us move through darkness. Love is what comes from in and out, and it's highly, highly contagious. It's like everybody feels it and they want it. So stepping into this past life healing and letting go of this anger and forgiveness is going to allow you to shift more into that 5D element of self, of more of that light and protective self, moving into the healing temple. So working through astral traveling, healing self through timelines, working through those timelines and leveling up. We have a little dragon here too, so a bit of dragon energy that's been coming in a lot of my readings, and my personal check-ins lately have been bringing up a lot of dragon energy. So step into that rainbow portal of light and call in the rainbow energies. Rainbow energies to help cleanse you and guide you. So here with the Weaver, we have rediscovery and transition. So rediscovering self. You are helping others by helping others rediscover, helping others transition through the old into the new. And yeah, by you doing this inner work as well, you're going to help others do it. Because with the eye here, it's like by taking people through this transition, you are opening the eyes to see for all the manipulation and the weaving that does happen, so that they can too break those chains. They can break through the energies that are clouding their visions and allow them to see what is and what needs to be. So thread those threads, weave those thoughts and love and processes that you would like to see in the world, and here break away the stubbornness and inflexibility, the miser. Look at that. Chaos around me, but I'm just going to stand here anyway, in amongst the chaos, as if nothing's happening. I'm just floating here. Look, the eyes shut on the chest. Yeah, I'm ignorant. We've all been in a lot of this space. A lot of us have sat in ignorance for so long, but it's time to awaken and move through that ignorance and realize that, we're all holding on to anger and needing to give so much forgiveness towards earth, to the powers that are guiding us, to whatever is needing forgiveness in your life, down to your parents, your friends, your governments, anything that is surrounding you, even yourself. Forgiving yourself is powerful. So open the eyes, see the chaos for what it is. By seeing the chaos means you can change. You are allowing others to see the chaos that is in them. And that is how you are going to make this shift. However that is, whatever it is that you have a place in the community and you work with people, you are opening eyes to the chaos within. You are opening their eyes to how they can transition out of that. Okay, and this is how you are going to do it. So I feel like in a way you are a disruptor, but in a good way. Some of us have energies which can assist change in others in different ways. And, I'm a bit of a disruptor too. It's like I allow people to suddenly see what's needed to be seen so that they can therefore change. However, it's met with compassion. It's met with love. It's not met with nastiness or judgment, because that's not how true deep disruptors work. We come forth and we are the guidance. We are the window to the soul. We are the window to what needs to be seen, to assist in the awakening of others, as we're in a time where so many people are asleep because life is putting people into this almost robotic like do trance that's just shutting down all systems that are intuitive and are capable of discerning for self. So this is where you're going to be coming through and supporting the disruption of what is. So I'm going to pull some tarot Actually, no, before I pull some tarot, I'm going to get some tea leaf cards. So yeah, group number, oh, I've already lost one. They don't take long. They're very hard to, see, I've got a pile of 200 of them. All right, so what are we going to do? Group number 1, what little guidance messages? Oh, there goes a siren. Oh, what guidance messages are there for group number 1? I'm just going to lay them out and pull these out. All right. Put this away. Scissors, disappointment in some affair. Happiness. Butterfly, a change for the better. Elephant, a long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. Yeah, so some little messages here is during this time you may experience some disappointments, because what happens when we step into our light comes difficulties, comes disappointments. When we are trying to shift energies and share more of the light and what is good for others to receive, we tend to be faced with disappointments. People aren't always going to want to follow. You are going to have people you have to leave behind on the journey, and that is okay. We are not here to save all. Okay, the community is about walking alongside each other. So you being in your community is going to allow you to just support people in your general everyday, because your community can be your friendships too, and your community as a whole, where you just come together and share life. Okay, it doesn't have to be work. So just in general, you leading by example here with your awakening and doing your past life healing, and that is actually allowing others to discover through you being that disruptor and change maker. You allow people to be curious. So with a change for the better, we had happiness as well, diagonal to each other, which is beautiful. It's like during this process, you are going to create happiness for yourself and for those around you. It's going to level up your life in many ways and your community's life. The elephant here with a long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. Yes, so either way, whatever the outcomes here, you are growing from this. Your community is growing from this. You are creating a space for wisdom, a space for growth, and you are allowing others to step in unconditionally, lovingly into their own. Okay, so that's pretty powerful. So I'm going to get some tarot just for an overall picture of what this looks like for you helping your community, or what you are doing for your community. So we got the Hanged Man, which I'll pop here. In a sec I'll show you that one. We have the Emperor. We have Death. And we have 5 of Pentacles. So with the Hanged Man, it's as though you are surrendering. And by you surrendering and allowing the change, you're actually allowing others to do the same. Because this has been the energy that, you know, you've got 3 major arcana here. You've got Hanged Man, the Emperor, and Death. And Death is about, you know, death and rebirth, letting go of the old. With the Hanged Man, in order to be able to go through death and rebirth, you need to let go. So, my apologies. You see she's hanging upside down as though she wants to fall, but she's not quite ready to fall. However, to get to the next stage, the fall has to occur. So you must do the drop. You must surrender and step in. Otherwise, it's just not going to. But when you don't let go, there's been this energy of insecurity and hardship. See this like entrapment. You've got this beautiful flower that's trapped inside this cage with the 5 of Pentacles. It's as though on the outer, she's been growing. But the inner still hasn't caught up yet. So there's still this feeling of poverty and having not enough. And thinking that it's attainable, but yet one, it's trapped inside, and two, this rose that's inside has thorns. So it's like, oh, I'm so afraid to grasp that beautiful bloom that can be. Why do I, this is the energy of being trapped. When we hold on to anger and we don't forgive, that's the energy we get. But remembering that Pentacles is about money. So I feel like, the surrendering is going to allow to break free of those confinements. By you surrendering through stepping into this element yourself, you are helping others do the same, because you are the change maker. You are the one disrupting and showing. And by experiencing this, you've learned the ability to be compassionate, and you've learned the ability to understand. If you hadn't gone through this, you wouldn't have been able to emphasize with anyone else on how to do the same. And you perhaps could on surface level of understanding. However, to truly sometimes find that compassion and empathy for one in an element that you are in a knowing of, is to experience it at the depths yourself. And that's what I feel you've done here. You've experienced this isolation, poverty, struggle, and now you're surrendering. However, if you don't give in to this hanged man, it'll be this continued feeling of being trapped. You will stay in an air of lack of direction, with that continued feeling of needing to let go and knowing that you need to let go. And that's the same energy of those that you're working with or you're supporting, or those in your community that you are helping. You are all processing this and navigating this together, which is why you are gifted with this beautiful chance to show the way. And the Emperor is here to do that, because the Emperor is stable. And although you have to step in to that feminine energy, as discussed with that rewriting Queen Codes, her story, it's not just you stepping into that. It's you showing others how to do that. But as I mentioned before, the feminine energy is still strong. And I believe that this Emperor is showing that by having these beautiful flower blooms on his jacket, showing that despite this being a hugely stable presence, this is a very authoritative structure, this person here, there's still this beautiful, loving protectiveness that comes from this figure. This, he's fatherly, he's nurturing still. So there's a balance of these being needed in this, because the masculine presence is still necessary. Absolutely necessary. So when people say, oh, we don't, we've gone too top heavy in the masculine energy in times gone. So yeah, balancing that. But I mean, this is showing that you can still bring in and teach people about the Queen's Codes and the feminine energy of healing that distortion of how it looked, while stepping into that masculine energy too. And surrendering to that balance of what is. Here with the Death, we have that spiritual transformation. You're allowing yourself and others to strip away the old so they can regrow and start their new beginnings. That massive, massive up-leveling. With the Death comes new. And I find it one of my favourite cards is Death, because it hurts to let go of something old, and it doesn't always feel good. However, with that beautiful transition energy, yeah, it's powerful. And it's just so confirming, because we had here rediscovery and transition with the Weaver, and that's the Death card here. So this is definitely something you are helping with others, and you are also processing yourself, because to help others in the community in this, you have to also transmute this, integrate this yourself, okay? It's not just a one way. And if you have already done this process, I am going to give you a clap, because it's brilliant. Like, to do this work takes so much energy and effort. It's a massive process to be able to surrender into. So you're here to show the way. You are here to lead with compassion and love, and to show others how to lead with compassion and love, to show others how to be in their nurturing capacity, and rewrite the importance of having that beautiful feminine energy in our environment, in our communities. So step out and be the one to change the way things are seen. Show the way. Guide the way. Disrupt the paths so they can grow. Allow these deaths to happen so the old can be seen for what it is, and the old can be stripped. Group number 1, thank you so much for channeling into this one. And if you have any questions, feel free to pop comments in or share how this resonated with you. Hit like if you enjoyed this reading, and yeah, subscribe if you haven't already and you'd like to keep up to date with future readings. Thank you, group number 1. Hello, group number 2. You have chosen the Citrine pendulum in group number 2, which is abundance, joy, power, strength. So take that as you will with this reading. I will remove the other one and I'll pop him in place. Okay, so we have our main energy for this reading as knowledge. So your gift and what you can do for your community at this time is to support them with knowledge. And we're going to find out more into that, okay? Because we're going to pull some more cards, and then we'll pop into the reading further as that goes. All right, so group number 2. What can you do for your community at this time? Okay, we have witness. Group number 2. Oh, okay, and we have retreat. I'm just going to move these around a little. Witness and retreat. Okay, what can you do for your community at this time? Group number 2. Cosmic downloads. All right, so we're going to look at this first. So we have witness. Yeah, so you're here to witness what is happening and where the energies are needed to bloom, where we are needing to really tap in to sharing knowledge. So you're here to watch and observe. You are here to retreat. See this? Retreat. So it's as though I'm feeling the energy for you is to observe, to gain knowledge, and yeah, witness what is happening. But it's not just this, it's stepping back and taking that and integrating it. Then we have here this petalite, cosmic downloads, high heart healing, see the bigger picture. So yes, your task for this community is to see the bigger picture, to have the ability to step back and witness it for what it is, integrate it, so then you can educate it. Because often we have people coming in and having these ways of seeing the world, and it can be quite distorted. You know, we've all experienced it in our communities, in our friendships, in our workplaces, where it's like people are straight away there to assume or judge based on a topic. It can be, you know, it can be world matters going on. It can be wars. It can be feminine energy. It can be masculine. It can be, but we often get people that are quick to blurt nasty things about each, or blurt without actually thinking about what they're saying, because it could be coming from a place of hurt for themselves, so therefore that's the lens as they view it. Okay? You are here to observe and integrate happenings in this world, and then to pass that knowledge down. You have this higher heart healing. You have an ability to see the bigger picture, and as a result, you're able to drop these beautiful little words of wisdom into your communities, into your clients, into your environment as a whole, all those you surround yourself with. It's as though you are here to open up and educate. So how is group number 2 going to educate their community? How are they going to share these gifts? Okay, we have sound and colour, and go with the flow. Okay, I'll grab 2 more before I go into this. How is group number 2 going to share this knowledge with their community? We have the botanist and the champion. Alright, so here, crystal dragon, sound and colour with new healing modalities, rainbow ray and solfeggio frequencies. This beautiful dragon with rainbow energy. And then aquamarine and white lily with go with the flow, divine mother, Shekinah flow and detach. So first things first, I feel like you are to move with the vibrations of what is. You are to trust in the healing modalities that are showing to those around you, and that are there already for them to upgrade and to move through. Because with solfeggio frequencies, that is sound that is based on vibrational frequencies, which exists in all things. Okay, so you could quite literally be delivering sound healings and working through energy healings, where you have the ability to see auras and colour and that sort of thing. However, this could be that you are supporting people through stepping into the understanding of their own new healing modalities and their own new shifts. Because here with detach, I feel like this isn't yours to meddle in, because it's go with the flow and it's detach. Divine Mother. So it's as though you are here to observe these happenings. You are here to educate. However, you are not here to disrupt per se. Okay, you are here to support and be, and this can be an everyday general conversation, just the way you view the world. You know how you sit down with friends and a group of people and you have a chat and it's just open and friendly. I'm not saying this has to be all harsh, like knowledge delivered, and that you have to do this massive educationary path. It's just, this is just going with the flow, being in your friendship groups. Perhaps the sound and colour could be the type of environment you come together with these friendships, whether it include music and art and things like that. Okay, I feel like you are there to help people to see the flow of things through these lenses. Yeah, because the Divine Mother is supporting. Gaia is supporting the shift, and that is okay. The energy is being supported in the unseen. You are there to show this in like a parent kind of sense here with the botanist. Parenthood and legacy. So yeah, see how it's like nurturing, but it's not controlling. It's like you are here in like they say parent capacity is best to step back and allow mistakes and allow to grow. And that is observing. That is giving education and knowledge, however, not controlling, not dictating. So this is where I feel like this go with the flow, it's very much you educating through ways that people can see. So if you are an artist, you could be educating in that capacity for those around you in the greater communities and the collective in a way that is, oh, okay, so people are going to learn through seeing my visualizations and how I portray life through my own lens and how I've observed it and witnessed it. And that shows in my art. If you are a musician, it could be the same. Okay, people observe and learn through the way I express in my music. So whatever it is, you are here in more of a parenthood capacity that is leaving a legacy rather than a direct controlling aspect. It is like that little kind of distant way of showing people heart-led. In a heart-led capacity. So here with the champion, we have achievement and downfall. Yeah, so yeah, you're allowing others to be the champion of their own life and experience their own achievements and downfalls. Because here it's like they're just riding in open-eyed, understanding, with those little golden rays of some element of, you know, knowledge that's been gifted to them. But there's not a control in that. It's like they have control of that. So the way you are gifting your knowledge is in a way that's allowing in interpretation and their own others' abilities in your community and those in your collective surroundings to discover their paths. And that's what the going with the flow is. It's allowing you to, okay, it's the same as me doing these cards. Like I intuitively read cards and I share these messages. I also encourage all that are watching to interpret for themselves. Because although I'm channeling and I am reading and I am interpreting, I am also reading for a collective, which means there is an element of you in this, and you may be the element that needs to be pieced together within yourself, which is your own discovery phase, okay? I am giving you what I witnessed and my ability to see the bigger picture and how I view life. Your ability to see and understand and take on what I'm saying may come out of a different capacity. So there is no right or wrong. It is take it for you how it is. And you lead that way. I'm going to get some tea leaf cards. Group number 2 for any messages with what you are doing for your community. And I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I'll pop these away. All right, we have jug. Light-hearted, carefree time, chain of events that will affect your life. Camel, persevere and you will overcome problems. And money path, a path with money is waiting for you to find it. Yeah, so this is, as I said, with the flow and taking it easy, this is supposed to be a light-hearted time for you. And through this, it's allowing others to also enjoy that knowledge of the perseverance that comes in that will assist them in overcoming problems, because you're allowing those little nuggets to slip in and educate others through the knowledge that you are learning through your observations and being able to see everything on the big I can't talk. See everything with the bigger picture that it is. Because here with the chain of events that will affect your life, you are on a path that is abundant. So with you having here chain of events that will affect your life, I feel like this is you being able to also support others in piecing the chain together and understanding where everything, you know, where all the supports fall and where the need to release that control is. Because everything is linked, everything is connected, everything is going to take one thing to the next, every action, which is here with the achievement and downfall, and allowing them to discover for themselves. They are going to do this like a chain. They'll realize within themselves that everything that you do affects the next loop. Okay, and the next, and the next. And that's how it goes. And by persevering through all things, one is able to overcome. So these are some of the messages that you'll be able to help with your knowledge. But you'll also be experiencing yourself. So there may be a path with money waiting for you through this process. Because you are giving in such you are giving in a way that is not expecting anything in return. You are just giving. And it's in a light-hearted and carefree way that is being delivered. It's like you are just pouring what you know, the knowledge out of the jug, and you're just pouring it and pouring it. But it's not coming out of your reserves, because you are delivering it in a way that is nurturing and flowing, that is just going to cause that chain effect from people just simply receiving it. So I don't feel like this is forceful in any way. I feel like the lessons is a chain of events of you delivering it is all flowing, as well as the chain of events of those receiving it. And it could be that people are finding ways within your community to, you know, source more paths that are going to take them to abundance and money, because their minds are opening and are clearer. And you, by you going with the flow here, you are stepping into money yourself too, because you are able to give more when you are financially supported. So keep sharing your knowledge, and it's going to help others, but don't do it in a forced way. Do it in that beautiful, caring, flowing, I'm thinking of art and dance and music because of this sound and color. It's just like you are this beautiful, flowy way, like deliverer of giving messages and energy that just offers this beautiful, heartfelt receiving. So I'm going to grab some some tarot. Group number 2, what is happening here? What is the picture looking like of you helping your community? What does this look like of what you can do? And just pop this one up here. 3 of Wands. Actually, I'll show you that in a moment. So for now, I'll just shuffle a bit more. What does this knowledge you're sharing look like with the community? And we have 3 of Swords, Justice, and King of Swords. Okay. So 3 of Wands. You have an ability to look ahead with foresight. It's as though you can just see how tall she is, how long her plaits are. She's looking over the horizon. It's like, where am I going to send this boat? Because she can see so far ahead. And I feel like that is why you have the words spoken of witness, retreat, see the bigger picture. It's as though you have this ability to obtain knowledge that has foresight, that can create momentum. Okay, you are a leader. She stands tall above all the buildings. And she's not hiding in the shadows. She's in plain sight. So she's like this this individual that people look up to. You are someone that people look up to. With Three of Swords, I feel like this is the energies that you're helping. Those whose minds have been broken by heartbreak and loss. You know, look at that beautiful rose. It's as though it's like the heart and it's just been pierced with these arrows. I feel like you give hope to those that are sad and those that are lost. To those that are experiencing the trauma and they're stuck in survival mode, I guess I could say. Those that have been stuck in survival mode, because here this individual is still moving forward. You know, they're holding their heart or their rose underneath as though they're still nurturing it and holding it. And that to me is hope. I feel like you are here to give hope to those that are lost. You are here to provide the justice that is needed to balance out all the karmic lessons that individuals are needing to. You are here to help your communities through these little life lessons that are needed to be transitioned through. It's as though this individual sits there so strong, and this individual is you. You've got this balance and order and protectedness that allows others to move through the cloudedness of what is. It's like the justice of the mind that has been stuck in this loss and disillusion. You're breaking that out. You're breaking away people's, you know, that are lost in their mind and that are stuck in these old stories. Yeah, because here with this, it's as though this individual is lost and stuck in this old story. They're not even looking forward. The eyes are closed and they're holding on to the pain. They are injured. They are neither looking forward nor present. They're still stuck in the past of when the event happened. And I feel like this is where you're coming to balance that, because your knowledge that you give to those that are closest to you in your communities is knowledge that assists them to move through so that they can shine. Through all the cloudedness of what is. See the clouds around her head? So despite the cloudedness, this individual is able to still balance and hold strong and stand to the truth of what is. And that is what your knowledge is going to be able to support your local communities and those that are closest to you, to your heart. That'll help. We have King of Swords, which again is mind. So you're definitely working with the mind with people. Your knowledge is absolutely helping people with finding that balance in their mind of reason and clear thinking. Yeah, you've got this powerful fiery energy of being this masculine presence that people wish to listen to. It's like this disciplined advisor. And this is a female King of Swords, because this deck has 4 extra kings that are feminine energy and 4 that are masculine. And this is the feminine. So although this is clear thinking, reason, you know, having that intellectual ability to move forward and weave the way, I feel like it's coming in with this element of balance of femininity to it too. So it's like a nurturer, a nurturing king, a king that has a beautiful balanced element of feminine energy too. Yeah. Because it's like here with the clear thinking, and you see on the threads it's got little stars like lights. Every time that you weave another little piece of knowledge, you are planting another light of clarity in someone's mind, as though they are able to then grow and evolve and move out of this desolation mindset, this sadness. Yeah, group 2. Woof! Sometimes I find it hard reading as though I'm reading for you, for someone else, if that makes sense. I'm really good at reading for the first person, but in a way this is like what you're going to be doing for others. So it's like, I've got to remind myself that this isn't what you're doing for you. This is for someone else. This is why I keep getting stuck. Hang on, Mel, it's not all about you. So yeah, your knowledge is here to support your community through foresight and momentum and moving out of the pain that has been holding back. You are the balancer. You are the light bringer. So bring that love, bring that light, and support your people. This could be family. This could be relationships that are closer. This could be friends, work colleagues, whatever it is. This is the impact you are having. And if you are having this on a greater scale with the collective energies, or you may be perhaps even, meant to be doing something more like that, then brilliant. All for it. Go for it. Do it. Anyway, thank you so much, group number 2. Yeah, if you are wanting a private reading, I have some limited available at the moment, which you can find on my website. Further details are on there, and the link is in the description below. If you feel like sharing on this reading and how it resonates with you, pop your comments in below and share away. We love to hear, I love to hear what you have to say. And like and subscribe if you feel called and you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you, group number 2. Hey, group number 3. Okay, so we have this beautiful angel aura quartz for clarity, protection. It's a master healer stone, this one. I'll pop this one over here. And I'll have a look at our major energies for this reading. We have boundaries. So what can you do for your community with that main energy being boundaries? Okay, so group number 3, let's have a look at what boundaries are. Sorry, what can you do for your community? Okay, we have observer and we have rebirth. There's the observer inside the watery mind, and the rebirth. I am going to pull a couple more cards. Well, actually, I might just pull one more first for now. What can you do for your community? And we have feminine energy with the rewriting. Okay, so yeah, your boundaries. You are here to teach others in your community about boundaries. So just reminding people how to set their boundaries, which you do in your actions. Okay, you do this just by being you. Because what we find with this observer here, it's like being the observer in the watery mind. It's like amongst all the emotions, being able to still pause and see what is what for what it is. So yeah, you're helping others to set their boundaries so they can actually see what is needed to be seen within their mind. And here with rebirth, allowing others to, in that process of setting boundaries, it's letting go of what no longer serves and using that fiery energy to rebirth. So yeah, it's like rebirth means to let something go. To let something go, you can be reborn. Interesting. Okay, I will come back to those in a moment. We have here gold and apple, rewriting. We had this in the first reading as well. Queen codes, her story, and healing distortion. So yeah, by allowing yourself to set boundaries within your community and others can therefore follow, you're actually showing others how to do the same. So you are teaching others how to observe their emotions for what they are, so that they have the ability to let go of the old stories, to let go of what no longer belongs, whether it's thought patterns or whether it's energy or people. And, you know, being able to set the boundaries of what you allow in your space, what you allow in your emotions. Rewriting, by the rebirth is also rewriting. So you're rewriting the story and allowing people to sit in their powerful queendom, whether that's a woman, a man, or they, whatever you identify as. You are being given the opportunity to show others how to set their boundaries because you're powerful at doing that yourself. But you do it with such nurturing kindness, because here with the healing distortion, rewriting, this is a feminine energy, a very nurturing energy. It's changing the way we've been taught to allow people in. So yeah, regaining that feminine power and the balance of what needs to be allowed in and what isn't. And I feel like you just do this naturally. This is who you are. And this is what others see of you, because this is who you are and this is what they love about you. And it's like you're just doing this with your friendships, but you're showing them that it's possible to do and that they don't need to be sorry to do it to you too. Like, hey, I'm so sorry I can't come to that event. I'm actually feeling quite exhausted and just need some time out. Yeah, well, there you go. There's an example of just being you and respecting your boundaries, and as a result, educating others to do the same. How will you be showing people this? How will you be doing this with your community? Group number 3. I'm going to grab this one. Oh, okay, we've got 2 here. All right, so we have regeneration, acceleration, change, and shamanic wisdom. Yeah, so you're going to be doing this by stepping into your own wisdom of self and changing the way you show up. Perhaps you have been allowing others to step into your boundaries for too long too. And now it's time for you to go, okay, no, I won't accept that anymore. So therefore I'm going to put in my boundaries. And as a result, you're allowing others the opportunity to observe and follow suit. Okay, which is allowing them to strip away the old. Because here with regeneration is also the same as this rebirth. It's change. It's stripping away the old. But when we strip away the old, we accelerate the opportunity to shift into the new. But we go into it with newfound wisdom. So you're going into this with the wisdom that you've gained either from already doing this change, or you'll be showing people because you are going through the process of doing the same. And as a result, they're going to learn from this. Here with cosmic downloads, see the bigger picture and higher heart healing. Yeah, you can see the mountains for what they are. That beautiful crystal, the path up that beautiful crystal, up into the stars, it looks like it goes. You can bloom into that. You have this ability to see things for how they are, bigger than what they are portrayed. So, which is here with this observer, which is why you can show others how to do the same. They see you as this wise self that has complete control over what you want in life and can follow suit. Again, group number 3, how are you showing the way for your community? Okay. And I'm going to ask, why does group number 3 need to do this for their community? Why are they doing this? Okay. Yeah, so we have inheritance and correction was more of the how. You are the guide through inheriting these lessons yourself and having the ability to have corrected the path for yourself. Sorry, this was the how. Yes, I did say how, didn't I? So you've had a chance to see the darkness and see what you've lost through a lack of boundaries, that you've missed this star that has been in the gateway in the past. And now you've learned the keys. See the keys? You've learned that the keys are there to grasp through this lesson that you've had. You've experienced the overflow of emotion that has come from it. The warnings that have came from these bells ringing every time you have fallen down that hole. And as a result, you've inherited this and now are correcting this in your life, or have corrected it. So others have seen your drastic change in taking on these abilities of shifting from the old into the new. So this has given you the power for others to see that you are so strong in observing your emotions for what they are and are able to transmute them and change them. You've rewritten your story. And why are you doing it? Because what is there to lose? You have already lost so much in your life. Here with the gambler, loss and risks. You have already done this. So why not? Why not risk losing people by setting boundaries? Why not risk losing things by setting boundaries when there is so much more possibilities that you can gain from stepping into your truth? And also you've experienced this loss so much that you know that it's worth sharing with others how to do these boundaries and how to witness themselves for who they are, because you know the beauty that comes from stepping into that power and that beautiful ability to, choose higher heart healing. Now I'm going to get some tea leaf cards for group number 3. Okay, just some more messages on this. Okay, so we have wish will not be granted with broken wishbone. Advice from a friend with dog barking. Persevere and you'll overcome problems. And short journey with horse. So yeah, you have had broken dreams, broken promises, and you have persisted. And you are simply sharing this with general advice to friends, because you are this dog barking. You are that person giving the advice, and you are just that friend. And you're sharing with them that although, it can seem like it's such a big problem to overcome, and the camel here is a long trek. It's like carrying that luggage for so long. But then when we realize that it can just be a short journey, it doesn't have to be as long as we draw it out for. When we set boundaries, we quickly realize that we're the ones breaking the wishbone. We're the ones pushing ourselves to make this a long journey, to persevere, because we are choosing... Sorry, my dog is trying to get out from under somewhere. Which is very, very pertinent to this, because we're talking about how easy it is to get out of something and the possibility of getting out of something. So thank you, Otis, for that little message. That you are the one that can get yourself out. Okay, you are the one that can get yourself out of these things, and it doesn't have to be as long a journey as we think. When we can cut away and set boundaries, we actually choose to learn our karmic lesson and level up. And that's what's happening. And it can then be seen that, hey, all along this could have been quite the short journey. I didn't have to persevere this long. Giving myself advice right now. Because we've all been there, let's face it. All right, so some tarot. Just if I can grab them. Hang on a sec. Okay. Group number 3. Can I please have a bit of a picture of this and how your boundaries, how you show your community how to grow with boundaries? Just a little detailed looking. We have the Hierophant and 6 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands and 5 of Swords. Yeah, so the Hierophant is, you see this owl who's also wise standing in that tree. It's like structured belief systems and the way things are. It's learned behaviors and, you know, traditions. So you see this wise owl is just teaching this young one, teaching them the ways. This is you. Okay, this is the energy that you give. By setting these boundaries and that you're showing people that the way that things can be done. Okay, and here with the 6 of Pentacles, it's like a balanced like support. You're showing people the balance of how much they can give, how much they should give. You've got here even drops, like again here with the balance of the boundaries and the rest and how much you give to people and who you let in and who you don't. This is like the slow drip of, you know, we can slow it down and choose who and when to give. Okay, the abundance of our energy is ours to choose. You can be super charitable in your energy and giving, but where's it drawing from? So finding a way of being able to balance that energy to avoid that disagreement and conflict that can come with it. See how she's got like these chess pieces and she's choosing how to play them. It's like, oh, you know, she looks so disappointed though, because she's obviously up against something. She's in disagreement. She's in disagreement with it. It's like, I need to act and I need to do this. However, the competition of this is just really difficult for me to face. And I feel like that's the energy that you're working with here. When you're talking to your friends and your community and those that are around you that you're leading by example, it's as though they're dealing with conflicts and tensions in their life and they don't realize that there is a better way. There are ways we can do this without having to play that card. It doesn't have to be difficult in the way that it looks. It doesn't have to be defeating and yeah, because again here with 5 of Swords is very, well, the difference is this one's more defeat with the mind. This one's more like, hang on, let me pull this out so I can show you. Oh, can you see them both? Okay. So this one's more like action, like feeling defeated and feeling like you've got to have this competition with something of change, because 5 is change. So 5 is like the middle ground where we're going, okay, we can choose now which way we're going to choose to go ahead. Am I going to keep going down this path with letting all these people compete with me and be in my energy and cause me tension and upset and take? Am I going to continue to allow people to argue with me and play with my mind and just, yeah, like, just here she's got a piece she's got taken from his heart here. Because every time someone plays with your mind and disagrees and crosses your boundaries and takes from you, they're taking a piece of you. And this is here, it's like you need to choose. Am I going to allow people to take space of my mind? Am I going to allow people to take space of my time? No. So this is where you are showing others how to balance these? How do we teach people to balance their mind and their time, the energies they give to others? Because there is a way better way to do this. And the Hierophant shows that, because with the wise old owl, it's like there is better ways to do this. Learn from the wisdom of the owl. Learn from the experiences that the owl can teach. Because it's proven time and time again in life. Nobody has ever... Sorry, I will scrap that. Nobody has ever. Because everything's happened in this world. I should say more or less, the risk is greater to stay in this energy of pain and suffering and on the precipice of change. The risk is greater there than it is to circle yourself with boundaries in life and allow you to determine who has your heart, mind, time, body, emotions, all those things. But particularly, it seems you have a focus on showing people how to balance their time and their space of mind. And this is a good example of this is in my community. If any of us are ever going to vent to each other, more often than not, we'll ask the other person, like, are you actually able to receive me right now? Do you have the capacity? And it's completely acceptable if the other person says, actually, no, right now, I'm actually struggling a bit right now, or I don't have space or time to receive you right now. And that's okay, because let's face it, if that person receives me and they're in a rush, they're not really truly receiving me. And they're not helping themselves because they're in a rush. So they're also limiting themselves in their capacity. So when we choose us for powerful reasons for both parties. Okay? So yes, you are educating others on the boundaries just by being you, just by doing it yourself in everyday life. So keep doing this. It is such an honourable gift to your community. And I'm sure they'll be super grateful for it. Maybe not straight away. Sometimes people aren't when boundaries are being set. But by you setting your boundaries, you are supporting them. So group number 3, thank you so much for listening and allowing me to share your energy. And if you would like to share, comment how this resonates with you. If you'd like to look at the limited private readings I have, you can pop onto my website, which is listed in the description below. And like or subscribe. Subscribe if you would like to keep seeing videos pop up, if you've been enjoying these. So thank you so much for your presence, and much love, group number 3.